University endowed with 3 state-of-the-art campuses in Luero Bombo, the Graduate School in Rubaga, and the Kampala campus along Balintuma Road behind Mengo Hospital. With well-coordinated learning programs ranging from day, evening, weekend, in-service and e-learning, the globally recognized university offers job market competing courses that will surely light your academic path. Our various undergraduate and graduate programs include Business Administration and Management, Engineering and Survey, Basic Sciences and Information Technology, Education, Environment and Agricultural Sciences, Arts, Health Sciences, and many more. With accreditation by the National Council of Higher Education, we now offer a diploma in clinical medicine and community health. We as well take pride in some courses sponsored by the Higher Education Students Financing Board for a loan scheme that will not get you worried of tuition as you pursue your dream. Come ready for an academic adventure on great facilities of learning. You can visit our website on www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug. Ndejje University, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom.
This week.
It's more important if we can work strategically to grow the game, which they have done well. They have worked very well with the Chinese embassy in growing the game of football. They have managed to establish a league.
We are very grateful to all the participating players, the various clubs, and all the managers who have supported the athletes.
The men's individual category was won by Thomas Keddy of Stroke Woodball Club with 97 points, while Sophie Namudu won the women's individual club with 66 points.
To win, it has been really patience. It has been God with us. And then I think it has been our persistence to do it.
Welcome and thank you very much for watching Ndejje University TV. This is live at 8. My name is ANSLEM OJARU with the news in details. In response to the press release from the Higher Education Students Financing Board informing all loan scheme applicants that due to shortfall in the national budget, the board shall not receive study loan applications for the academic year 2023-2024. However, students call on government to rethink and consider the loan scheme for the students. Let's take a look at that story.
Joab Bwambali, the Vice Guild President of Ndejje University, says that he is so much worried about the many young Ugandans that find rising tuition for their higher education so hard due to the fact that the government has failed to improvise funds for the Students' Loan Scheme for the applying scholars of the academic year 2023-2024.
Surely, I feel so pity for many Ugandans whom we have seen that cannot manage education. Even the little we have been having, the little support that the government has been giving is going to end very soon. I'm asking myself, where is the generation? Where is Uganda heading? Because we understand that the generation of Uganda, they are the young ones which we have. The Uganda we have today are the young ones. So if we cannot provide education to them, where is our country heading?
He adds that it seems to be a lie that the government is out of funds, since it's always refunded back by the beneficiaries after graduating.
You cannot tell me that there is no money to pay for loan scheme. This is a loan scheme that a student has to pay at the end. So you cannot lie to me that there is no money to facilitate students to go to higher education, I mean universities, yet we are seeing the president's convoy with thousands of cars. We are seeing budget of the president's state house with a lot of money. We need to support education because this is the foundation of the country.
Continues that by the outcome, the country should get ready to receive high students dropouts.
How many unwanted pregnancies are we going to have? I mean, dropouts. You know, in Uganda here, many students are just struggling. They cannot even afford food. So the government was helping us to have students at school on a loan scheme. Then you are ending the loan scheme. I call for the government to reconsider.
On the other side, Joab adds that now the parliament should intervene the decisions by the Higher Education Students Financing Board of not receiving applications for study loans to the academic year 2023-2024.
Members of parliament to consider this on high tech, because you should look at your salaries also as members of parliament. You should first put students first in everything. Please, we are requesting the government to reconsider and provide loan scheme to everyone, because Uganda today is the young people we are seeing. The young age of below 20 years is the Uganda for today. If you cannot budget for those people and you're budgeting for people above 50 years, then it does not make any sense. We should give education the first priority in everything. So
one of the medical students in one health school, like other students, cried to the government to reconsider their need for the scheme.
On this scheme, we students, we are getting challenge on it because we still need it. It really helps us. So I ask government to at least help us and put it again, because we are getting challenges on it. Yeah, of course. I know some students are failing to continue with the course because they've already removed loan scheme and they have nowhere to get the tuition. So they're failing to pay tuition, they end up losing the course. Yes, so that's the challenge we are getting. So we ask or we request the government at least to put again that loan scheme, because we are getting more challenges on it. Students are losing their courses, of which even the government needs us to study, I think.
The Higher Education Students Financing Board has, however, since 2014 been implementing the Students' Loan Scheme in a bid to increase access to higher education and support highly qualified Ugandan students who may not afford higher education. Henry Mugwanya, live at 8.
Condemns the manner in which locals looted their store of food, which was involved in an accident in Chikoni Gomba. The spokesperson, Frank Abaine, has called on the locals to return the stolen items. Let's take a look at that.
The benefit we got from those who had come was to root everything that was in that vehicle. And the law has started catching up with them. So now that when they started hunting those, searching houses and getting some of these things which had been stolen from the lorry, now people are calling me left and right, they should be helped, there is a problem. There is no problem. when there is an accident, is it your work to go and route? Help those who need help. I think, actually, to me, this one told me some stories I have ever heard that when you have an accident, those who come to route first want you dead. Even if you are still breathing, they want to kill you, then they start carrying things. So I want to request all those who know picked those things, kindly bring them back. But if you think we are going to stop at that, we are going to hunt for you. Even if you have 1 kilogram of that store, it's government property, we are going to get you. Of course, I was consulting my colleagues in police. I think already about 15 people behind the bars. They haven't come to our side, but they are the other side. But we are still looking for them. So anybody who has information for whoever routed our stores from that lorry, please give information. We want to pick as many as possible. We have to be responsible citizens. If we want things, let's work for them. Routing is an uncouth behavior. How do you take advantage of the sadness of others? So for that matter, those of you who are hiding, you can run, but you will not hide forever. We already have the lists of those who took the things, even those who sold. Some of them have helped us to tell us those they sold to. Please, you are safer if you return what you stole from that vehicle.
The Traffic and Road Safety Police has cautioned drivers against reckless driving, saying that whoever breaks the law is liable to a conviction of 2 million Ugandan shillings. Now, this was during a press briefing at the police headquarters in Naguru. Let's have more on that.
Uganda registered 16.9% increase in road accidents in 2022, according to the Traffic and Road Safety Police. This is attributed to the reckless driving.
Cause of some of these crashes remains reckless driving, especially speeding on roads, distracted driving, drifting into another lane, driving while on phone, driving under influence of alcohol, overtaking in corners or where you are not supposed to overtake.
The Traffic and Road Safety Police gives directives to curb the rampant overspeeding that is claiming lives in the country.
All drivers are thus strongly warned against reckless driving, driving beyond the prescribed speed limit. On this note, therefore, private vehicles and motorcycles must not drive beyond 100 kilometers per hour on paved roads, 80 kilometers per hour on gravel roads, and must not drive beyond 50 kilometers per hour in built-up areas or trading centers. All public service vehicles and private omnibuses must not drive beyond 80 kilometers per hour on paved roads, 60 kilometers per hour on gravel roads, and must not drive beyond 50 kilometers per hour in built-up or trading centers. All goods vehicles must not drive beyond 80 kilometers per hour and must not drive beyond 50 kilometers per hour in built-up areas.
The spokesperson further says that whoever breaks the law is liable to conviction to a fine of 2 million or face imprisonment.
And whosoever now is got on the speed issue is directly taken to courts of law and is fined the amount I've talked about. That is the maximum. We are also, of course, waiting for the Ministry of Works and Transport to work on the regulations for us to operationalize this law in the field. Increasing this amount of money, that's why we are continuing to encourage all members of the communities to be in touch with the police in case of anything. We are ready to receive those complaints. Actually, I will give to whoever is listening or watching the toll-free line. In case of anything, let us get that feedback. Let us hear what is happening out there. In case of any bribery, in case of any corruption, let us get feedback. And the number is 0800199099. We also have a police officer who handles the discipline and issues to do with corruption in the field and sits at Ndejje, headquarters of Traffic and Road Safety.
According to the annual crime report of 2022, the country registered 20,394 cases of road accidents in 2022 compared to 17,443 registered the previous year. Out of every 100 crashes, 22 people died, while 61% of all accidents were as a result of reckless driving. ANSLEM OJARU, live at 8.
Headquarters in Agru, the prison spokesperson Frank Abaine confirmed that the prevalence of HIV is higher than the normal because of reckless living by the prisoners. Let's have more on that story.
Baine confirmed that the prevalence, according to the report of the Parliamentary Committee on HIV/AIDS in prisons, is higher than the normal, with 13% for the female prisoners and 11% for the male. He added that the reasons for this are clear, which are the recklessness of prisoners, among others.
Yes, the truth is that the prevalence, according to this report, of HIV in prison is higher than in the normal. While the normal is 6.5, for the females, for the female prisoners it's 13, and for the male prisoners it is 11. But the reasons are clear. Why? When somebody is going to rape, do you think he remembers to put on a condom? When somebody is going for defilement, does he go for a condom? When a person has robbed money, like those who store our things and sold, when they go to the bar to drink, do you think they remember to put the condoms in the pocket? So because of the reckless behavior they have outside, in terms of side of criminality, even in their personal safety, they are reckless.
The spokesperson added that examining for HIV for prisoners at the entry is not mandatory, but rather voluntary.
Status. Actually, one of the explanations which I read personally is that some people detecting this is because of the examination on entry. But some few individuals refuse to be examined. And when they refuse because it's voluntary, I think a policy, this one was supposed to inform the police that whether you want it or not, there must be a mandatory test on entry. Yes, it is also true that because of the level of the literacy in the prisons, it's not possible that everybody understands what prevents HIV/AIDS in prison. So when he's in prison, somebody will say, I have picked a razor blade, let me help myself.
He indicated that there are 38,994 convicts, 37,121 remands, 478 debtors, with a total of 76,592 prisoners and a staff of 14,461, 269 patients and 19 regions.
Cautions against HIV/AIDS. But if we go by history, in 1998, Uganda Prison Service was the first institution to establish the AIDS campaign committees among prisoners and among staff. And those committees have been on, sensitization has been going on, but with humanities, you can never get an 100% correct. So I am not here to bias you, to tell you what it is. I have come here to give you the report. The report is on our website, www.prisons.go.ug.
Binance response is due to the report on HIV/AIDS in prisons released by Parliamentary Committee in the midweek as a follow-up to the findings established by the House on Defense and Internal Affairs last year, where it revealed that there is 15% and 12.6% prevalence among prisoners and prison staff. The report by the committee showed that the population for Uganda Prison Service is 71,354 with 260 prison facilities. 10,383 is the staff position in all prison facilities across the country, which is 1:4 staff ratio to 1:7 inmate ratio against the recommended. 1,315 prisoners are infected with HIV, where of 47 new infected prisoners, 50% contracted it while in jail, according to the report. The police had only 13 accredited antiretroviral therapy, whereas Uganda prisons had only 45. The police had only 13 accredited antiretroviral therapy, whereas Uganda prisons had only 45. The committee report indicated that transmission of HIV among detained prisoners and those jailed is attributed to same-sex intimacy, sharing of sharp objects, and delays in window period. Davis Senchindu, live at 8.
Thank you very much for your company. That has been live at 8. My name is ANSLEM OJARU. Till next time, bye-bye.